Hello and welcome to my academic portfolio. My name is Hannah Gordon and I am a recent graduate at the University of Washington, Bothell. I majored in community psychology, which is a branch of psychology that focuses on the relationship between individuals and their community. The idea behind community psychology is that by studying and researching the impacts of communities on individuals' mental health and quality of life, we can implement a plan of action in order to better the lives of individuals and guarantee wellness within their communities. My interest in psychology was piqued when I began struggling with my own mental health problems in middle school. I went from being relatively successful and upbeat to unmotivated and depressed in a matter of months. I was failing classes, distancing myself from friends, fighting with my family, and I felt like everyone was moving forward while I was just kind of stuck in the same place. Getting a clinical depression diagnosis was more relieving than anything because it meant that I could be treated. Through a combination of medication and therapy, I was able to start moving forward again. Unfortunately, my progress was halted in my senior year of high school, and I very suddenly started having panic attacks seemingly out of nowhere. It was terrifying at first because I had no idea what was going on. It was like someone had flipped a switch and sparked something inside me that consumed the person that I used to be. I had my first panic attack on a Monday, and by that Thursday, I could no longer leave the house. I truly felt like I was losing my mind. I didn't understand what was happening to me or why my mind was turning against me so viciously. I was in a constant state of panic for a month or so, and my depression had come back with a vengeance as well. It was so incredibly overwhelming, and I eventually reached a breaking point. I am very fortunate to have a strong support system, and when it was clear that I was no longer safe at home, my family and I decided to seek help. After a visit to the ER, I was admitted to the inpatient psychiatric unit at Seattle Children's Hospital, where I received a diagnosis of panic disorder and agoraphobia. I spent 8 days in the IPU learning how to cope with this new diagnosis and trying to understand what led me to the point in my life that I was at, and how I was going to move forward from there. Throughout my time in the IPU, I found myself intrigued by the recovery process and inspired by my fellow patients and the staff who cared for us. I decided I wanted to learn more about mental health, not only because I knew it could help make sense of what was happening in my mind, but because I knew I wanted to use my experience to help others. After narrowly graduating high school and taking a 2-year break to work, I decided to begin pursuing my interest in psychology. I applied to Cascadia College, where I mainly studied developmental psychology, sociology, and communications. I graduated from Cascadia with my associates in integrated studies and immediately transferred to UW to begin my community psychology degree in the School of Integrated Arts and Sciences. The IAS program has given me so many opportunities to expand my knowledge of social psychology, mental health systems, community outreach, and human rights. The last 2.5 years have been spent researching various topics of interest and presenting that research through projects, essays, and presentations. This website contains many of those artifacts, which you are more than welcome to explore. I'm so happy to say that I finally feel excited about my future rather than scared. Looking ahead, I see myself using my experiences with mental health and the mental health system to advocate for others who are in crisis and seeking help. I was lucky to have my own advocates in the hardest parts of my life, and I would be proud to be that person for those in need. I plan to work with local youth and their families in order to connect and provide them with proper resources to begin an effective and lasting recovery process. My journey to this part in my life has not been easy, but I'm confident that I'll end up exactly where I'm supposed to be. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you've enjoyed exploring my page.